This is live with Miami's Community News, and our guest today is my friend Manny Sarmiento, who happens to be the co-founder and president of the Doral Chamber. But today, what he's going to do, he's going to announce that he's running for mayor of the city of Doral.
And
so
what
that's what we're going to
place.
talk about today.
What a great place to do it, because I love you guys. You know that, right?
And you have been an advocate for businesses for the entire time that I've known you. I think it's probably in the range of about 10 years at this point. And you are ruthless in defending and helping the businesses in Doral and getting what they need, which is more publicity and getting customers in their store. And my hat's off to you, and I've been to some of your events, and they're really tremendous. And you are one of the best marketers in Miami-Dade County, period.
Thank you. Appreciate you saying that.
So let's talk about why at this time have you decided that you want to be mayor of Doral?
Well, you know, I hate to say it, and I get criticized for a lot of stuff, of course, especially now, but I am not a politician. Okay, I was hoping that we would get a strong candidate to run against the current mayor, and we didn't have that. We actually decided to do this the week before the deadline on a Wednesday night. Sent an email in to the city to get an appointment. Got an appointment for 1 o'clock the next day. Was there, picked up the paperwork, went to the bank, filled out the paperwork, called again, got another appointment for the next day, and on Friday we were candidate. I was an official candidate for mayor for the city of Doral. She says that's the fastest it's ever happened. The reason that happened was a series of things. On May 15th, there was a council meeting in which our dear Christy Fraga, she's an amazing council person. She's now running for schools, Miami-Dade County Public Schools. She brought up hey, why don't we create some grants for our businesses? And it was shot down by everybody. It wasn't just shut down. There were two council people that said it is not our responsibility to help those businesses, quote unquote. They should have had reserves. And you can watch the video. May 15th.
That was in May.
That was May 15th. Okay, so I figured, okay, something's got to happen here. Well, maybe, I know we've got money through this. We didn't get grants for the city. We're too small to have gotten the grants, but we know the county got the grants. And you know the big issue with the grants right now. So let's see. Let me just keep doing what we're doing. Carmen and I, our VP, we just kept going along. We had a Taste of Doral, which is Doral Restaurant Month, during the entire month of July. So every single day there was an email going out highlighting our restaurant's specials. And we pushed more 2 to 3 times a week. We were sending promotions from our chamber members, and say let's push, let's see, let's call. We stayed in contact with the banks. There was 5 major banks that helped with the PPP in our city. Amazing banks that we had personally contacted them and said we need to get this done. I had the issue where if we had to find the right bank to actually take the PPP. Our big bank was good. I can't complain about that. But we saw the problems that the smaller businesses were having with their big banks, and so we coordinated with 5 banks, and the direct phone numbers. We had one of the banks that he was there. His name is Gio. Gio was there at 8 o'clock at night calling you back if you needed help with your PPP, and they would open the account for you because, of course, most banks required that you had the account. And we coordinated as much as we could. We got the information out for the PPP.
When you say we being...
We, this isn't me. This is Carmen. This is our board. It's the chamber.
Yes.
We really care. We started the chamber 13 years, January 1st, 2008. The reason we did that was to help businesses. There was nothing in the city doing that. We're passionate about this. You can look at our salaries. It's public records. You can get my 990s. You'll see we don't make that much money as a chamber president and CEO or as our VP. We don't do this as a business to make money. But after that May 15th meeting, that really got me, and it stuck in there, and it was stuck in there. And then we see that the deadline was coming up for the candidacy for mayor and city council, and no one had applied. We were expecting one person, a really wonderful person in the city, a strong advocate for businesses and the residents, and he didn't go for mayor. So last minute, we said, we got to do this. Let's do this. And we knew we were going to get attacked. It took 52 minutes for me to get attacked. from the moment we signed that paper.
There's an old saying, I forget who said it, it's, if not you, then whom, and if not now, then when.
Yes. Yes.
And so I'm glad you came to that epiphany that this is what you wanted to do. I know you're about 29 years old.
You're funny.
And so, and even though you haven't been involved in politics per se, but this is a communications business on how you get along with people, and then how you can get other people to go along with what you think is a good idea. How many people on the council up there?
On the council, there's 4 and the mayor.
Okay, and everybody has one vote?
Everybody has 1 vote.
So how are you going to get a majority of the people of the council up there to go along with some of the things that you want? What is it that you do that can help them make a decision to help move along the city?
That's a great question. Well, first of all, I'm going to bring the passion up to that dais. Okay, we got to bring passion. Right now, unfortunately, it's a lame duck council. Except for Christy Fraga, who's done an amazing job for us, it's a lame duck council. It seems like it's politics and not about helping you. That's what it seems like. We got to bring passion up there. And my point, it's been a philosophy of myself and of our VP and our chamber is figure it out. Let's find a way. How can we have so much in reserves and not be able to give a $5,000 grant to a business that needs help?
And what is the budget of Doral?
The budget in Doral? I'm not sure what the number is. Really.
Okay.
But I know we have reserves, plenty in reserves. So, my philosophy and Carmen's philosophy in the chamber and is figure it out, okay? Oh, $2,500 is not going to do much for a business. Nonsense. $2,500 can help a small business, a mom and pop survive, or even a restaurant survive for 1, 2, 3 months. Hopefully we get out of this thing, or we find other grants for them, and we've done that. We help businesses. I help businesses. I did the research every day, and the moment something came out, like the SBA loans, the EIDL, the PPP, local grants, I got that out in our emails to 29,000, 30,000 people and 24 to 49 social media sites. Got it out now because I know these businesses need help.
So when people say, well, it's not very much, well, there are people that sit in line for hours to get a box of food.
It's crazy.
Right.
I mean, my heart breaks
Yes.
to see those lines. We have Farm Share does a great job, and they've had several food drives at Doral Central Park, and the line actually goes around out of the park, down 87th Avenue, up 33rd Street, around 97th and back. That's crazy. We have an issue right now. We got to find ways. Sometimes the politicians forget that this is not their money. This is our money. This is the residents and the business owners' money. We pay those taxes. These small mom and pops pay these taxes. And we're going to say we're not going to figure this out. It's not our responsibility, quote unquote. BS.
So, and I might have mentioned this before, 1992, Hurricane Andrew comes and destroys our house.
We figured it out, right?
Yes.
We figured out how to help all these
Yes.
businesses and all these residents.
And it was Kate Hale that said, I remember it, where the hell is the cavalry on this one? Because she spoke up loud enough, and so we could get some help down there. And a relative sent us a box of toiletries. That was 1992, 1991?
92.
92? I remember like it was yesterday. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Somebody reached out to try to help. There are really, literally thousands of people that need just this helping hand, right? They can live with them for a long, long time. And people, when they were able to receive, many times when they're able to, that they become givers and be able to help other people. Yes. So let's talk about the city now. It's in Doral, there are a lot of people that were born out of the United States. As a matter of fact, yes. I think that was the big push 15, 20 years ago. That Lennar had sales offices down in Venezuela. Right?
Yes, they do. Yeah, they did.
And so how does all this, the mixture of different nationalities, and there are probably more there in a concentrated area than most other cities. So how does this work as far as people communicating with each other?
It's great. I think we have a very warm community. Cubans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Brazilians, Chinese. I mean, it is a mixed culture, very, very, very good culture. That is, by the way, one of the issues that I want to change in the city. That most of the communication, including the website, doesn't really. You don't have the translation into all these different languages, especially Spanish, which is, I'd have to say, it's probably the #1 language.
What do you mean, especially Spanish?
It's the website's, a lot of the materials not in Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is 2020, right? Okay, these things, who's paying attention? Okay, and I'll answer my own question. No one's paying attention. We got to change this thing. It's stale. We got to behave more humanely and look at our residents and look at our businesses and really take some tough actions and change things. You're sitting in the council and it's like, you look at it and it's like, are they twiddling their thumbs out there? What do they have on that tablet they have in front of them? What's the thinking here? And I want to, if you don't ask me, I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
About one of the questions here is about transparency. We have council meetings at 10 a.m. Do you think the average resident or business owner can come to a council meeting at 10 a.m.? No. We used to have, when the city first started, it was 6 p.m., and those meetings went on until the business got done. Okay, we're not here to accommodate our schedules and because we can be at a council meeting at 10 a.m. We need to change that back to 6 p.m. We need to be there for the residents, because what happens at 10 a.m. when you're not there and you can't voice and you can't do the public records and your opinion on public records? They vote. They vote for what they want to vote for, not for what you need.
Well, when it gets back to people who are going to be able to actually attend meetings, that is, it will be so much better, because on Zoom meetings, because there's no pressure, then they're acting the way that they want to, and there's no old saying, while the cat's away, the mice will play.
The last July 28th meeting had 0 comments, because the comments are not coming in by letting me go into Zoom. The comments are coming in by email. I think it was July 28th meeting, there was 0 comments. You mean to tell me we have 7 items on an agenda, and we have 0 comments from our residents or business owners? Something's wrong right there.
So let's talk about the political groups that are there. Are there different, what kind of factions are they, and where do they stand as far as new people trying to get into office? Right now, how many people are running on the council?
There are 2 others for mayor and the incumbent, of course, and then we've got 2 for 1 seat and 2 for another.
So let's look at what's happening in the county. There are going to be 6 or 7 new people up there.
Yes.
And then in 2 more years, the remaining ones will be gone.
Yes. Thank God.
Yes.
It's about time, too. Right. Talk about stale, okay?
And that's what happens. We just get used to it.
No.
And and when we say, whose seat is it? And then after a while, you realize it's just the way business was done yesterday.
Yep.
And I used to think that the term limits were by the voters. Sometimes you have to force it.
Yes, you do.
And it's like, if you can't get your computer, you have to force it to quit, because sometimes, all right, it just doesn't work. So let's talk about again. So the city have they not done much at all to try to help people as far as the businesses?
Well, once again, this is opinion, and my opinion is no. Not enough, not sufficient. The information doesn't get out there enough. There hasn't been enough information about solutions and information about COVID-19. It's out there. It comes out there, but it comes out way too slow. Where's our communications with the residents and the businesses? It's not there. It's just too slow, especially on the business side. I put stuff out the day it came out on the SBA loans.
Yes.
And you had to apply that day.
It was great what I saw you do. And speaking of slow, transportation, the movement of vehicles through Doral, excluding the last 2 months, and I do want to thank all the politicians that had nothing to do with the reduction in traffic. But in a few months from now, hopefully the business will be back in work. What is, and I see, oh look, it says, what is the plan to improve transportation and provide flood protection for Doral? Very good question.
I got that one. Okay, it's quite simple. And here's what's happened is our council and our mayor doesn't want to get into a fight with our commissioners and the county, even though he's on the transportation board. Okay, but let me tell you, I'll give you simple solutions. Very, very simple. And let me start with the trolley. Okay. I used to have to go downtown from Doral, okay, and I didn't want to drive. That's a mess, okay? So I attempted to take Metro Rail. Loved riding Metro Rail, right? Come back from downtown Miami, and, okay, where's the trolley? Well, the trolley, and I look at the trolley. That's great, really great what we have. Trolley was not scheduled for 30 minutes, okay? I used to work in Delray. When I took Tri-Rail to Delray, the moment I got to the station, the trolley was there. If you want people to use public transportation, you've got to make it easier, number one. Number two is you have to get those sensors working at the lights. Saturday morning, driving, well, it was to the old, what happened to me this weekend too. I'm stopped at a light, and it was 5 minutes for that light to change. There are sensors on the road, and transportation can be fixed. We have to have the guts to go to the county or even the state and say, hey, this has got to get fixed. We have an underpass under 836 82nd Avenue. It's been opened, but there's been construction material there for about 2 to 3 years. But we don't have the guts to go to the state and say, hey, open that up already. We need traffic flow through 82nd Avenue, so not everything's on 87th and east of that. There are situations. Now, number one thing we need to do is fix those sensors, get those sensors working, and really we're supposed to have smart lights. We do not have smart lights. You get to a light, it's 5 minutes at a light. It's ridiculous. So if you get the traffic flow, if no one's coming left, east and west, and you're going north and south, you should be able to cross that without having to wait 5 minutes and wasting gas and resources.
So the other day, I won't say which small city I was in, I'm in a traffic light, there was no traffic. And after 4 minutes, I just went through it.
There are sensors. If you look down, there's a black little line that leads up to the traffic control box. That's a sensor.
So let's talk about floods. Tell us about flooding out in Doral.
All right. I'll answer with a question. Why was Jose Pepe Diaz able to fix the situation in Sweetwater with flooding, and we're not? Okay, here's what happens. The mayor wants to blame it on the community development center that what do we call it? Business improvement district that we have on 79th and 25th. That's the worst area we have. 79th Avenue between 25th and 36th Street. That's like a lake. Okay. And then so what's the city say? The city say, oh no, that's the business improvement district. They put a business improvement district there. You don't just put someone there and say, okay, now you guys are responsible. Let's help them out. Do we have what Pepe Diaz did in Sweetwater? He put pumps in. I believe he fixed the infrastructure when he was at Sweetwater, and Sweetwater was a mess back in the 80s and 90s. Flooding was it was like a river. The canal overflowed was like a river. Pepe Diaz was able to fix it. Why hasn't our mayor and council fixed the flooding? Once again, it goes to where it seems like they're there for politics and not to fix problems for us.
And you brought up about Pepe Diaz. The thing I remember most is that.
Yep.
All right? Because for years, Sweetwater flood, and they were able to take care of it.
He fixed it. You know why? Because he figured it out. Okay? That should be my campaign policy. Figure it out. I'll figure it out. Let's figure it out. We got ideas. We got bright people. We know what we need to do. And we got solutions. We're in the 2020 technology area. We can't, oh, we can't do that. Oh, we can't. Come on. So it's ridiculous.
So do you think there might be some sort of temporary or partial relief for occupational licenses for people in the city of Doral come September, October?
Yeah, the council, that's one great thing the council has done. They did start working on that. And they started with temporary relief for if you wanted to have outside dining. Of course, the mayor, Jimenez, put the limitation on the indoor dining. By the way, I disagree with that, and I put a change.org, what do you call it? Whatever.
Petition?
A petition, yes, to get the Mayor Jimenez to stop that. Why? Where's the science? This was done, once again, we had the discussion before we started here. Where's the science that indoor dining is causing more cases? There's no science to that. Give me the science, I'll agree with it. This is what's happening in all of COVID here. Where's the science? Okay. It was ridiculous to do that, but then the city came out and they made it easier for you to get permits. Now, my opinion, we should close off 53rd Street so that Gusto, Risto Bar, Booyah, Pisco Nazca, and Dragonfly can have more outdoor dining areas. You close off the street. Why is that so complicated? Okay? Give them more dining area there so they can. A restaurant cannot live on 50% capacity. They're trying to survive on 25% capacity.
Yes. But by the way, I don't want to remind everybody we have a big
glass.
Bulletproof glass here.
With this passion, I don't know where the COVID is going to go.
And one of the things that we do when people come in, we take their temperature, wash your hands. And so
I got my sticker. I just put it down here.
Mine's right here.
Right there.
And Carmen's right over there.
I got my temperature 95.6 today. It was like a radio station. 95.9 like a radio station. Okay.
So here's one of the things that the Dade County, and I like to talk about mental health, Dade County in their claim to try to, I think, reduce the amount of money going towards mental health, said there were about 7% of the population had mental health issues. Sometimes when we think about mental health, we think about the worst case scenarios, schizophrenia, dementia, bipolar, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Well, the insurance companies have anxiety in that, right? Now, the country says it's around 20%. In Dade County now, all right, it's I would say it's a lot of people. 60, 70, 80% of the people are looking forward, forward looking and say, what's going to happen? We did a interview with one of the people that's running for the county mayor, and there's 25,000 people that have watched that interview. And it really says that people want help in that arena.
Yeah,
right?
We need help.
And I think it is each of these cities need to have some sort of program that's open and to be able to reach out, all right, and to tell people it's okay if you're nervous, all right? And that's the biggest challenge that we have. We'd rather talk about having a broken arm than saying I'm depressed or I'm anxious or whatever it happens to be. So if you become mayor, what could you do to try to help people that are having a tough time?
Well, that's a really great question. One of my projects that I've been working on, and I want to do this with other candidates or other people in the community, business leaders that really understand and really want to pay attention to this, is have some sort of a clearinghouse or a phone number that people can call. And then we need to structure some kind of department, probably within the police. I want to talk about the police because our police is amazing. Somewhere between the police where we know what the problems are. I think we have a lot of people that are hidden because fear of what, but we have probably a lot of immigrants that might not be completely complying with the law in immigration. So I think there's a lot of fear. I think people with misinformation don't know where to go. A lot of people don't know you can dial 311 and most of your problems get taken care of. That's not known. City of Doral has not put something out there to say, hey, this is the number, reach out and help, and we'll help you. I think it's more massive than we really see. I think it's hidden. I think it's inside. I feel stress every day. I feel stress not because of us. We've done pretty well. Our marketing is tough. Our membership is down. Like everything else, business is down all around us. But we see these businesses, Chewy's closed, Alvo Taco, Macaroni Grill. We see these people close. Pincho's, amazing, the Pincho's closed. And then I look at the mom and pops and they're closing. They've got to be stressed. Money, we know, is the number one stressor for relationships. We know that. So that's it. If I'm feeling down a lot of times when I see what's going on in our community, in our cities, people have to be having a tough time. We need to get some kind of structure where we say this is where you reach out, and these are the people we have to help you. We have counselors, we have advocates for you, we have attorneys that can help you, and we have the police that's there to help you.
So we have 2 minutes left, and then along that line, we have we started a positive group called Miami Strong. And so I love it. And so we put a jar and said, put one positive word in here. So I wrote, is bipolar one word or two words? This is all humility for people that have that. And she says, yes, of course, but it is one word. Well, that's what we go through every day, and it's like this. Yeah, and some people, the valleys are really deep. So, if you get into office, and even if you don't, one of the things I would ask you to do with your great outreach program is to have a list that people can see and say, here, call this number, and to have somebody that can help direct them. And sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. So
we do.
We're going to talk about the police, then we're going to wrap it up.
Okay. Well, let me tell you, one of the things that has bothered me is that our mayor has not come out and said we need to take care of our police. This defund stuff is nonsense. Okay? And by the way, we have excellent officers in the city of Doral. All I've seen is peacefulness. Whenever I've seen them interact with people, of course, you have the bad ones, okay? Anywhere and everywhere. But we need to come out and say, Our police is the best. We need to make sure their salaries are great. We need to make sure that the morale is high. We need to know, they need to know that the mayor of this city, hopefully me, November 4th, is there for them. And one of the first things I'm going to do is have some kind of parade for our police. It might sound silly, but they got to know that we have their backs, and because they have our backs every day.
And it was interesting you say that, because when received a promotion from one of the policemen, I was about to post it, and as I'm about to post it, I'm thinking, am I going to get pushback? I went, can you believe that you're even thinking this? I immediately went and found 10 or 15 policemen to post their stories because I could feel it seeping in, you know, to make you can't be, you have to stand up for something. And if you're not standing up for the police, generally speaking, and specifically, all right, for the police in your neighborhood, all right, you're making a big mistake, because who are you going to call? You're going to call the police.
They're heroes.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
our frontline people are heroes. Our nurses are heroes. Our doctors are heroes. Our police are heroes, and they need to know that we stand for them and back them up 155%.
Okay, so right now there's some little kid out there whose parents are watching this, and I hope the parents go and grab the son or daughter and put her in front of this, because Manny's going to tell us now in 30 seconds what it takes to be successful. And then little boy, little girl, listen to this guy, because he knows what he's doing. So
hey, that was easy, because you asked me the question last time too.
Yes.
What you need to do is you need to listen to mom and dad. Okay, they love you. Hugs, kisses, pay attention, learn, get into technology, be a good person. There's lots of love out there for you. Everyone loves you. Stay strong, okay? And you're going to have an amazing life. God bless you.
Wow. Words of advice from Manny Sarmiento, who is a candidate for the fine city of Doral. We wish you lots of good luck with that. Election is when?
November 3rd.
November 3rd. So vote one time, all right? All right, one time, but make sure you vote. Folks, again, many thanks to Manny Sarmiento.
Thank
and
you.
I'm Michael Miller, and this is Live with Miami's Community News. I want to thank Carmen, who's over there, and for Josh, who's producing the show. Have a great day.
Thank you.